Olds Community TV presents Hockey Talk with the Olds Grizzlys.
What about the scoring side?
Hockey Talk with the Olds Grizzlys is sponsored by
Put the puck in the net, and we're going to try and do that.
Welcome to the first edition of Grizzly Hockey Talk. With me now is Cale Brown, an Olds resident and second year with the Olds Grizzlys. Welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks.
Tell us a little bit about your experience, perhaps looking up to the Grizzlies. Now you're a member. Where did you play your minor hockey?
I started here in Olds resident, so I played all my minor hockey here and caught a lot of Grizz games. It was kind of always the dream to play for the Olds Grizzlies, so I decided to go try out for a midget minor AAA team in Red Deer. My first year midget, I guess it would be. And I was fortunate enough to make that, play with a bunch of great guys, like Geary, who's on the team now, played with him. And from there I came back and got an invite to the Grizzly tryouts. And from there I went to, I made it to the end. They didn't keep me at first, and then they sent me to Junior B with the Didsbury Colts. And then halfway through that year they called me up to the Grizzlies and been here since. So it's been a real honor and happy to be here.
What's your impressions of playing Junior A as opposed to, say, Junior B?
Oh, it's a huge difference. It's the size is similar, but it's a lot faster and there's a lot more skill guys, and it's just great hockey, phenomenal. I'm having a lot of fun. So. One
of the emphasis of Junior A hockey is furthering education. What are your plans in that regard?
Right now, just get as good marks as I can, try to have an 80 average in school, and hopefully get a scholarship or just do what I can with hockey from that point, I guess.
I guess if you can leverage your athletic skills and combine that with education, it's a bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Tell us a little bit about this road trip. You guys had a pretty successful road trip over the weekend.
Yeah, it was good. We went down there with a game plan to get 2 points rather than get a split, and or get 4 points, rather than a split, and we managed to pull that out. We played 2 good games, especially on the road. So.
You, at least my observation initially, is that you play somewhat of a checking role. Is that accurate?
Yeah. It's on the fourth line, we try to create energy for the guys and just, get pucks deep, hit, just get a goal if we can. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
This weekend, you're at home to Canmore. What are you expecting there?
Another win. We're getting a win for sure here on Saturday. It's been a while since we had a home game, so we're going to come out and give the crowd a win for sure.
Well, thanks very much for guesting with us, and good luck the balance of the season.
Hey, thanks.
You want cream soda? Do good, feel good, change the world.
With us now is Chris Geary of the Olds Grizzlys. Welcome to the program, Chris.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Red Deer, Alberta.
Is that where you played your minor hockey?
Yeah, I played all my minor hockey in Red Deer there, so it was a good program and it was a good place to play, I thought, so.
You probably played AAA in Red Deer?
Yeah, I played midget AAA in Red Deer before I came here, so yeah, that was a good experience for sure.
Were you invited to other camps other than the Grizzlies?
Yeah, I was invited to a few camps for sure. Nothing serious, but Brett phoned me through the summer and wanted to sign me, so I kind of jumped on that opportunity.
Why did you choose the Junior A route as opposed to, say, Major Junior?
I've never really got the biggest opportunity in going Major Junior because of my size, but I think I would have chose this anyway, even if I got the opportunity, just because the scholarship route I think is going to be the better choice because I got a guaranteed 4 years, and Major Junior you only got to your 20 and you don't really know where you're going, so I think it's the best route for me as a smaller guy. So.
If I remember correctly, you did commit to a college.
Yeah, I did. Michigan Tech University.
And when do you go there?
I first committed for 2016-2017 season, but I think as the season goes here, I think they're gonna take a closer look at for next year. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully I'll go next year.
Tell us about your experience last year with the Grizzlies. and the kind of the progress you made and the national recognition you got.
Yeah, it was a good start for sure. Playing with Spencer Dorowitz really helped me, but yeah, I didn't know what to expect coming in for sure, and obviously playing with Spencer helped me. So I got a lot. He gave me a lot of good advice, but I got some awards, and I'm happy for that. But it's a new year this year, so I got to focus on the team for this year.
You're just coming off a very successful road trip, both team-wise and personally. You were chosen Player of the Week, I understand.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good road trip for sure. Yeah, it was. I got a couple lucky bounces for sure. I'm not gonna say too much about that, but yeah, I got a couple lucky bounces for sure.
It sounds like it was a very offensive 2 games. What happened to defense?
Yeah, I don't know. It was very offensive. I don't know what happened there, but we got the 2 wins, so that's all that matters.
Who is your line mates?
Landon Klecky and Ty Mappin.
And they are second year, third years?
Yeah, Landon's a third year and Ty's a second year in the AJ, but he played his first year in the major junior league, so I guess you could say his third.
Well, welcome to Olds again and the return.
Hockey Talk with the Olds Grizzlies is sponsored by
Give me a call, Hugh Bodmer, 556-0262. Welcome to the program. And where did you play your minor hockey?
I played all my minor hockey in Tabor, Alberta, where I lived and grew up. So it's pretty fun. Only played AA, so didn't play AAA, but somehow made it here.
You realize, of course, that Tabor was originally where this team came from.
Actually, my grandpa was their general manager back in the day, so it's kind of cool. Then we had a couple like Brance Orban. He played for the Grizzlies. He's from Tabor. Know him pretty well. So my brother played here last year, so it's kind of an honor to be here.
Is that how you kind of got noticed, through your brother or that relationship?
Actually, I came to their camp and I had a pretty good camp. Like I like to fight, so they liked that. And then I didn't stick the whole year, and then somehow my brother managed to come here and he loved it. And then this year I cracked the squad, and it's been fun. It's definitely been a pleasure to be here. So,
How old are you?
18.
So are you looking to further your education through hockey?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. That's the game plan, but we'll see how she goes.
So what position do you play?
Right wing, the 4th line.
So you're with Mr. Brown?
Yeah, with Mr. Brown.
Are you liking the crash and bang aspect of that line?
Yeah, that's the funnest part. I feel like it's fun being able to go out there and hit some guys, get the boys going, fight if you have to. I mean, it's pleasure getting the boys going, and we've been managing to do pretty well, so that's good.
Is that a decent responsibility to provide that energy?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, it's kind of stressful, but at the same time, it's fun. You just go out there and run into a few guys, and hopefully the boys get fired up.
What about the scoring side?
I mean, if the opportunity comes, put the puck in the net, we're going to try and do that. But if not, then we just play our role.
Is that what are your stats like for this year?
Like 1 goal and it's like 30 PIMs.
How many hits?
I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you a few for sure.
Well, thanks very much for guesting with us, and look forward to seeing you again, and good luck this weekend.
All right, thank you.
Welcome to the program, Josh. Where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia.
Vancouver. How did you make the transition over the mountains to Olds, Alberta?
Actually, my coach got in touch with Brett Hopfee. I was looking for a place to play. I had a couple offers, places I was supposed to go fall through, and I decided I wanted to come try it out here.
Where did you play your minor hockey?
I played most of my minor hockey in Vancouver. I finished it off in Richmond playing for the Greater Vancouver Canadians.
Is that midget hockey?
Yeah, major midget.
Did you play in junior B or anything like that?
No, I played 3 years major midget.
And then obviously came here this spring or this year?
Yeah.
So how are you finding, first of all, living in Olds as opposed to a major metropolitan area like Vancouver?
It's a really big adjustment. Actually, I'm out on a farm kind of by Torrington. Really great billet family. It's awesome. I'm really liking it out here. Yeah.
So you're commuting?
Yeah.
Do you commute to school as well?
I'm actually not attending school this year. I'm trying to focus more on just keeping in the lineup, making an impact. Maybe in the next couple of years, school would be an option, but for now, I just want to focus on hockey.
So what are your impressions of junior A hockey as opposed to your previous level?
The compete level in general is a lot higher. The pace, just the small little details, the mistakes that are made are much less frequent, just not as big.
What about size and speed? Do you notice that as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The speed in general, just most players are always moving. Midget hockey was more you're gliding around, kind of not as into it. But when you come here, it's really intense. The speed, you got to be on your toes, ready to make a play.
How are you finding Olds as a community? Have you had a much chance to experience a little bit of small town living?
I've been out in the community a couple times. Since I don't live in Olds, I'm not around as much, but it seems like everyone really knows each other, kind of. And I really like how it's tight-knit. People know who we are. We know who people are. I've been to the high school, elementary school. Everyone's really nice. Well, really friendly. Great town.
You find that a little different than, say, living in a major center like Vancouver?
Well, Vancouver, you don't communicate as much with as many people just because there's so many people there, right? Here, like I said, you kind of know who people are. You're really close with all your friends. I don't know.
Have you been in the lineup when you played Canmore in the past?
Yeah. The first game, I think. I forget. I'm not sure. When we were away, I played against them. But
So based on that, what are you expecting out of Canmore this weekend?
Not quite sure. No game is easy, right? Every game we come to compete. Last time we played them, I think we capitalized a lot on our power plays. We can expect that again. Our power play's been really hot.
Special teams is pretty important at any level, correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So are you on the PK or anything?
Sometimes I get into the PK. Most of the time I'm playing on the fourth line, trying to create energy, boost the tempo.
Have you had experience in that role before?
Yeah, my first year midget I played on the fourth line.
Okay, well, good luck this weekend, and it was a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Pleasure.
Trying to do that.
Welcome to the program, Jenny. You are a billet family, obviously, here in town. Who is your billet this year?
James Miller and Jesse Freeborn.
So you've got two new additions sort of thing to the family. How are you and your family adjusting to that?
Good, Mike. We love it, actually. It's a lot of fun. The kids are great. They hang out with my kids, keep them busy. It's been a good experience.
So you were telling me that this is your third year as a billet?
Yeah.
Who are your first billets?
Damien, but don't ask me to say his last name. And we had Blair Honestchuk, and we had a few for the summer for the tryouts. We had a few kids then, and now we have James and Jesse, and we had Lucas Pollock and Ty Mappin.
So when a player joins the family, how do they kind of fit in? What's the kind of the routine, or is there one?
There's no routine for the first few days till everybody figures out everybody's schedule and what's happening and where they have to be. Like our two kids have school, so they have school in the mornings and then come and play hockey in the afternoon. So it takes a few days to kind of iron that out.
So in terms of meals, I know my wife and I built it in the past. How do you find meal preparation and planning menus and all that sort of thing?
It's interesting. We figure it out. First day that they're there, I usually ask them what they like, what they don't like. If there's a pre-game meal that they like, some of them like to have a certain meal every game. So it takes a little bit of figuring out for that part of it, and then we just go from there. Usually they take care of their own breakfast and lunch, and then I do supper.
So that's kind of the promise, that you'll have one nutritional meal a day.
Yeah, and like everything's there, so they help themselves to everything for the morning and lunch, and then we take care. Like I make sure we have a good supper.
So what about things like curfews and things like that?
we've actually not really had a lot of problems. They have a curfew. They know they need to be home, and they're home. I give them a couple of minutes leeway because things happen, but they are really good about being home on time. And a lot of times they stay home and watch movies anyway. They don't really go out that much.
So what's the interaction like between your children and, say, the players?
They're like big brothers. They take care of them and hang out with them and watch movies and just do everything. It's fantastic. And we've had other players that come home with our players, and they sit and they paint with her. They do stuff with her and my son as well. So it works out fantastic.
Is there a little bit of awe in the beginning?
For sure, yeah. Especially in my son, because he's like, they're these big, tall boys, and they can roughhouse a little bit more than mom will. And, you know, then now he comes for hockey, and he's got to go watch the Grizzlies play for a few minutes.
So after 3 years of billeting, how would you recommend that kind of billet experience to others that, maybe on the fence or maybe interested in doing something like that?
I've told lots of people it's a great experience, and that if they have the room and the resources to do it, that they should take it into consideration, because the kids love it. It takes some of the weight off of me in terms of like after dinner, the boys will take the kids downstairs and play, and I kind of get an hour to myself, which is fantastic.
Are you finding your children are getting new friends because they want to meet Grizzlies?
Yes. We have one that always wants to come over, and last year he would ask if Lucas was home before he would ask if Carter could play.
Interesting. Interesting how they figure things out.
Yeah. They'd be like, is Lucas home? I'd be like, yeah, Lucas is home. Okay, can Carter play?
Well, thanks very much for guesting us, and I'm sure the Grizzly organization is very appreciative of you and many other billets efforts. Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Watch Olds Community TV on Channel 148 on the ONET IPTV network, or catch us on the web at www.octv.ca.